Let's take a look at NickTew's insane endgame build for Harlowe in Borderlands 4. This build melts absolutely everything you see, and it's also pretty straightforward to play, focused entirely on boosting and buffing up your chroma accelerator and taking advantage of the super busted neutron capture augment. What this does is it converts a portion of the damage dealt by your chroma accelerator into flat added bonus radiation damage, which means any gun damage you deal after using your action skill will deal tons of radiation damage as long as you hit it. Therefore, if you use a super fast firing weapon, you can deal this damage over 30 times a second. And speaking of super fast firing weapons, Katagawa's Revenge is the perfect fit for this build, making it one of the fastest clearing Harlowe builds you can play right now. So basically, you want to hit as many mobs as possible with that chroma accelerator, dish out as much damage as you can whilst neutron capture is active, then when waiting for your action skill, use your Repkit to restore some cooldown with caffeine, and focus on shooting as many mobs as possible that have those status effects on them. So if you want to nuke entire screens, melt down bosses, and have a blast whilst doing it, keep watching. So where do all the points go then? Well, we'll start off in the red tree with 5 points in field ready prototype for more action skill damage, 5 in elementary for increased elemental and status effect damage, and 3 in enriched for increased radiation damage. We'll also put 2 points into cyclotron for more fire rate, as well as of course taking the OP neutron capture augment. After that, down the middle, we have 5 points in Poison Sun for even more radiation damage and irradiation chance, 3 in Chain Reactor for more radiation damage against entangled enemies, and Dirty Bomb for radiation explosions. We also have 2 out of 3 in Fissile Launcher here for radiation darts too. So yeah, you can get the gist of what this build is all about. On the left then, we have 3 points in Practical Applications for increased skill damage, and on the right we have 5 in Mechanical Brilliance for even more skill damage. We're then going to be jumping into the green tree with 5 in Momentum for crit hit damage for her and her squad, Neutron Decay for gun damage, Resonance Cascade to get more action skill damage when she deals radiation damage which can stack, and then 2 out of 3 in Confirmative Reality to restore some action skill cooldown. Now NickTew does suggest there is an argument to be made for swapping out of the green tree and going purely into more damage, picking points like Make Extraordinary, Rounding Up, or Alternative Fuel Source. This gives a bit more damage to help with mobbing, but if you don't have super high damage whilst bossing, you won't have a way to get your cooldown back with the Atomic Drive class mod. Okay, so let's get into the gear and equipment next then, and as we mentioned earlier, the legendary sniper Katagawa's Revenge is insane here, with a COV part preferably, or fast firing Vladov SMGs with double barrel and ricochet. You're going to want these to be elemental as well, so you can take advantage of the Skeptic class mod. Lucian's flank is okay too, but in Nick's word, it feels like crap. To farm the legendary sniper, you want to progress through the campaign until you can take on the unpaid tab story mission. Then defeat the driller hole boss in the story mission and use the encore machine to farm it until you get it. If you want more locations of all the recommended drops in Nick's guide, then check out the full build link in the description. For bossing, you can use the Looty Madlad SMG with Daedalus Shotgun Underbarrel, or simply stick to the options we already mentioned. For Repkits, you can pretty much use anything here really, but the legendary shiny Warpaint one is great for the extra movement speed and rate of fire. For shields, it depends on what you prefer or what you feel like you need, with Fireworks, Protean Cell, What's for Dinner, or Pandoran Memento all being solid options. And for Ordnance, the Penetrator Augment Knife is just so OP, so go for that one. Finally, for Specializations, Nick recommends I Am a Gun, A Honed Mind, Now with Caffeine, and Riddle You This. So that was our quick rundown of NickTew's new endgame Harlowe build in Borderlands 4, but you can also check out his channel and his video diving deeper into how the build works and all the options you have in terms of gear, equipment, and more. Thanks for watching guys, we hope you enjoy the build and you're enjoying Borderlands as much as we are so far, and as always, take care.